Joining us live on News Track this evening, Deepika Singh Rajawat is an advocate. She represented the Kathua gang rape victim in 2018. Nirmal Kaur is a well-known former IPS officer. Advocate Susiben Shah is spokesperson of the Shinde Sena, the ruling party of Maharashtra. And Priyanka Chaturvedi is a member of parliament of the Rajya Sabha with the Shiv Sena UBT. We'll be going to both of them in just a moment. But I'd like to start with Nirmal Kaur, former IPS. Ms. Kaur, the fact that the police reportedly refused to register an FIR for a full 12 hours after the parents had approached them saying, our children have been medically tested. The doctors are saying that they have been sexually abused in their school. The parents were not only refused an FIR, they had to go to the school, then they had to go to the district child and welfare department, and finally after tons of calls, the police finally registered an FIR. What do you make of this, ma'am? Parents of two small children who were sexually assaulted.
Just when you think that you've seen the lowest in humanity, the abyss somehow extends and you see even lower things. You know, here the police, for 12 hours is a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, to lose that kind of evidence, they should have been immediately medically examined. Parents got it examined also, but the medical legal examination and the records would have been set straight. 12-hour delay, I mean, this is just police apathy. Or maybe, I don't know what they were thinking. They don't want another case on their hands, or they were on the side of the accused. This is what is wrong with the society. You know, we don't take these things seriously. We take so much of reaction time. And now when the public is out on the roads, then you think that this is vigilantism and, this is disrupting the public life, and you're disrupting the train movement, you're disrupting the civic life. But then if the police had done its job, if the system had done its job, if the school, first of all, the school is responsible.
Yeah.
How can they have a 4-day-old employee to have free access to the children? They've not vetted his character. They've not seen where he previously worked. They have not kept him under observation. How can small children be trusted to such a man?
Absolutely.
I mean, there are so many lapses all around. And definitely, I think the school is really responsible, and the police, the conduct of the police is really ghastly. They should have immediately registered it. And this is a POXO case.
Yeah.
Very small children. The POXO courts will try it. And POXO offences under POXO are very serious offences. And even then the police takes 12 hours.
Let me put that question to the ruling party of Maharashtra. Susiben Shah represents the Shinde Sena. Ms. Shah, the fact that the police declined to register an FIR immediately when there are very, very clear guidelines about cases of this kind, the fact that the government only kicked into action after citizens spilt out into the streets, that anger itself was because of the systemic inaction at the police and the government level, shows that the government has completely failed in this case.
Good evening to you all. I'm here today also as Shiv Sena, but also as the chairperson of Child Rights Commission of Maharashtra.
Yes.
I'm in the car. I'm en route from Badlapur. I would like you to stand corrected. No sooner we got to know that such a case has happened, an email came to me. We swung into action. The entire Women and Child Department, including the CWC, including the DCPO.
But ma'am, you had to call the police.
Let me complete. The police, of course, has erred. There is a lot of anguish in this matter. They will have to reply. It is because of their lackadaisical attitude, complete no knowledge about POXO, that this has happened. You are right. An immediate filing of the FIR has been done, had to be done, but it was not done. That is the reason today I had a preliminary inquiry. I went to Badlapur, spoke to all concerned, including the police, the school administration, the WCD, the education department, and we have come to realize that no POXO should be registered, including the school.
But
we
madam,
have to set a precedent. But let us understand this.
I understand your point, but my question to you is, if the government had, let's assume that, okay, that the Child and Welfare Department stepped in and then everything went right. Let's assume that. Then why did so many people come out to protest? These are not political protesters, ma'am. These are citizens of Badlapur. They have better things to do than to come out and spend 2 whole days in a rail roko dharna. They are obviously very unhappy with what has happened.
I would not call it protest. It was vandalism at its best. Whether they were citizens of Badlapur or not, that is also a question mark. But that apart, we will do our best. We will ensure, as you rightly pointed out, Ujjwal Nikamji will be appointed as the public prosecutor. Justice will be done to these girls. A support person will be given, and ensuring that the girls are reformed and rehabilitation is at its place. Now let us understand also, there are 2 crore children in this primary section with the government handles. This was one particular school where this happened, and we've swung into action. See our Chief Minister, from the very word go, the minute he got to know that this has happened, he immediately called us. He immediately ensured that the entire police department, the police, the lady was suspended, the headmistress is suspended. There is a questionnaire given to the school as to why POXO should not be levied, why an administrator should not be appointed. So we have swung into action.
I just want to say, taking on record everything that you're saying, the protests that are happening right now is also a suggestion that in a place like Badlapur, Priyanka, I'm coming to you in 10 seconds, is that in a place like Badlapur, which is just a suburb of Mumbai, if this kind of lackadaisical attitude can happen at a prominent police station there, one can only imagine the kinds of horrors that must be happening in more remote and unconnected parts of the country, including in Maharashtra. That is the fear and that is the anxiety that people have, that if this could happen in Badlapur, imagine how it could happen elsewhere. Priyanka, do you buy what the spokesperson and representative of the Child Rights Commission says? Chairperson, yes.
I'm sorry, I am absolutely disgusted with the kind of defense I've just heard, where she called the residents of Badlapur as hooligans, and she was also doubting the credibility. I'm sorry, I did not interrupt you. You will not interrupt me.
One at a time. I'll come back to you.
Either you silence her or you can have her on the show.
No, 1 second. Susi Ben, let Priyanka finish. I'll come back to you.
You don't interrupt, no crosstalk. When you were calling the residents of Badlapur as hooligans. Did I once respond when she called the residents of Badlapur who came out protesting today and in such large numbers as hooligans? She said she's not even sure if they're from Badlapur. Then I would ask her as a state child rights commissioner that she has been appointed. Then she should probably ask for a police investigation on this, and I'm very certain they'll end up saying that they were hooligans, just like Bharatiya Janata Party called all the farmers who were protesting as terrorists and Khalistanis and supported by Pakistan. I'm shocked with her defense. The second thing, let me bring some facts to the table. 13th is when this incident happened, 13th of August. The FIR was reported only on the 16th of August. And FIR was also brought under POXO Act after several protests for 12 hours that you've already mentioned. Who does the school belong to? Adarsh Vidyalaya. Adarsh Vidyalaya belongs to a BJP office bearer who is the chairman of their social welfare department. Who was the first chairman of this particular school was Mr. Ram Patkar, who's a very well-known Bharatiya Janata Party leader years ago. Who is this person who's been accused? He's a known history sheeter. Now, third point. 13th, the incident happens. The school does not report this incident. It is the child, when she admits to her mother that she's feeling pain in her vaginal area, when the mother takes her for a medical test and they get to know that something like this has happened, and that is when they approach the school. And that is when the entire activity kickstarts. Now, I want to ask the person who is defending the Shiv Sena spokesperson, the Minde Sena spokesperson, why is it that Mr. Kesarkar did not even once utter a word after this incident came to light? 16th is when this FIR was brought into light. Second, why did the Home Minister not step in and seal the place where this particular incident happened? Third, the CCTV footage has been destroyed. So the evidence that would lead to conviction has already been destroyed.
Okay, so Susi Bensha, answer those three questions.
Who lathi charged these people?
I'm going to come to the lathi charge aspect next, Priyanka. Allow me.
Protesting out of outrage.
Let's get
last question. Shiv, last question. Shiv, last question.
Okay.
Shiv, last question, please. Last question. I had written to the President yesterday with regards to the Shakti bill that was passed in the Assembly after extensive consultation, and chairperson like Neelam Gore, Vice Chairperson, they had all voted for it, including Eknath Shinde. 2022, after they pulled down a government and put an illegal government in place, the Home Minister Devendra Fadnavis said he would, now that you have a double-engine sarkar, they would speed up the Shakti bill to be put into put in as act and get the presidential nod. How many letters has Eknath Shinde written to the president?
Okay.
Has written to the governor? Has the Home
Let's
Minister
take these one at a time, Priyanka.
Today,
You're asking important questions. Let's take them one at a time so that at least we can try and get some answers. Susiben, you can answer the first few questions. I'll come to the Shakti bill next and the Lathi charge next. Let's segregate so we can get proper, sharp answers. 3 charges have been made. A, on the government ministers staying silent when this issue came to light, but also Susiben Shah, the charge that we haven't independently reported this because we don't have that information just yet, but Priyanka Chaturvedi on record says that this school is run by BJP leaders. Is that accurate? Can you confirm that to be true? In which case it would mean that preferential treatment is being given.
First of all, I never called anyone hooligans. So I think on national TV, the lady should not make wrong statements. I said it was a clear case of vandalism. So stand corrected. Stand please corrected. Secondly, she's thoroughly ill-informed. This morning at 11 o'clock, Sri Kesarkarji had a press conference. Immediately thereafter, Kesarkarji and along with and me immediately went to Badlapur to take the cognizance of the situation. I don't know whether it's run by BJP or RSS or Shiv Sena or anyone. Let me tell you this, whosoever and howsoever powerful that they be, after proper investigation, we are not a banana republic. Justice will be done and no one will be spared. Let us understand this. I would also like to tell you this. There are 2 crore children in the primary.
No, you made that point. But I want to...
One more thing. As far as the Shakti bill is concerned, the amended Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita has taken most of, if not all, the observations in the Shakti bill into the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, and that is the reason that Shakti bill has not been processed or passed so far, because it's an act of parliament. There is already all the points which were raised in the Shakti bill are incorporated into the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. So why politicize the issue? Therefore, most of the times, the lady is ill-informed, spread wrong perceptions. In the morning at 11 o'clock, Sri Kesarkarji, the education department.
I want to ask a follow-up question. No, I don't want to derail the debate into other aspects.
I don't take any questions from the lady. I will only take questions from you.
No, I understand that. That's fine. I will ask questions to both sides, and we always ask the sharp questions here on India Today.
Absolutely.
My question is simple then, because, Madam, the minister Kesarkar and others dashed to Badlapur, broke their silence only after the protests began yesterday, ma'am. Let's be very clear about that. But I am asking you a very simple question. If action had been taken post FIR, that have been highlighted in the media, forget about Priyanka Chaturvedi. The media has highlighted it. Our reporters on the ground have highlighted it. Some people were suspended in the school, but the school was not shut, etc. There appears to be a lackadaisical attitude even at the government level, not just the police level.
I'm equally anguished. I'm not denying it, and they will be held answerable. I'm equally anguished. What here I'm saying is that the minute 14 the parents came to the school.
Shiv,
I'm coming to you. We have time. I'm coming to you.
Allow me to complete. The parents came on the 13th to the school, informed that some wrongdoing was done. The child was complaining of a pain. The next day the school called them. 14th it happened. Yes, there was a delay, and therefore no one will be spared under the strict act.
Madam, are you saying these are political protests? Because we have been reporting on the ground. These are citizens. Ma'am, I have covered a lot of protests, ma'am. You can always tell where the political elements are and where the citizens are. This seemed like an organic, angry demonstration by citizens of Badlapur. That's what it seemed like to us.
But it was vandalism. No,
whether it was vandalism or not, it was public anger, man. Vandals should be arrested. I am completely with you on that.
Yes. So therefore, public anger. I am also equally anguished. I swung into action. The administration, there's a clear instruction by our CM that Suziban immediately take action. And we've gone immediately on air, went to the spot, and have taken remedial actions.
Okay.
Tomorrow, the recommendations will be out. How and what should be done. But we are not a banana republic.
It is, but it is...
it is so easy. Hold on. It is so easy to instigate crowd. And that is exactly what the UBT is doing and the vested interests are doing.
Madam,
let me go on record and say that.
Madam, I am simply saying...
To interrupt here.
You're
Shiv,
saying...
I need to interrupt
okay,
here,
okay. Priyanka, you complete, then I'll finish.
Shiv, please.
Yeah.
Shiv, please.
Priyanka,
Whatever your follow-up questions
respond.
will have to wait.
Priyanka, respond.
Shiv, Shiv, just two, three things. Firstly, this lady says, I'm ill-informed. I had made it very clear to you, 13th is when this incident took place. FIR was lodged only on 16th. Did you hear from the 13th to the 20th any minister making a comment on it? Or Home Minister getting into action? No, you did not. The Home Minister did not shut the school. The Education Minister did not shut the school. Running towards Badlapur today because there's a crowd which is outraging. And then you're saying they were vandalizing. Who are you accusing vandalization from? I will not have her interrupt me. Who are you accusing vandalization from? Now, thirdly, I have a question too, and I challenge this lady who's saying this, that UBT is provoking them. I challenge her to come up with one statement from the 13th to the 20th that Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray faction would have made. So you must mind your fake narrative, and I won't allow you to pass on this fake narrative. Last but not the least, I just want to say one thing. What investigation are they doing? When there is no CCTV coverage, it is out there. Police has itself said that there is no CCTV coverage.
Yeah.
They are assuming that the CCTV coverage was damaged. Why was the school not sealed immediately after the 16? Let's say it took you 3 days to file an FIR. Why was the school not sealed immediately? So who is she? Two questions simply, and whether you consider it fit to ask or no, but the audience of the country needs to know, the audience of Maharashtra needs to know, that today the citizens' protest is being called that of vandalization.
It's the same.
They are being accused of vandalism.
These
are citizens who have come out in outrage. She's also accusing our party
This is the playbook of Mamata Banerjee in Bengal.
Absolutely no provocation. All we are asking for is justice for this girl, and only after the citizens came out.
Susiben Shah, your government is doing what the Mamata Banerjee government is doing in Kolkata. You're blaming the protesters and saying they are political.
Shiv, the issue is there is no comparison.
Are you asking me this?
I'm asking Susiben Shah.
Yes, please. Both crimes are equally heinous. No two crimes can be compared. But as far as we are concerned, the Maharashtra government is concerned, the Chief Minister is concerned, Eknath Shinde is concerned, no sooner we got the knowledge. On the 13th, let me put it on record, as soon as the parents went to the police station, our women and child officers accompanied her. She was there with her to guide her. So let us not instigate, put wrong words to say that the administration is not sensitive.
Madam,
on the contrary,
Madam.
Please hear me out. The minute we got to know of this act, our women and child, DCPU, District Child Protection Unit, accompanied the parents as a part of being sensitive to guide her.
I am simply saying.
They were at the police station.
No, madam, this is the playbook of Mamata Banerjee. Then what explains the citizen anger? You're blaming you're saying vandalism. I agree. Okay, fine. There may be some vandals there, but this was an expression of public anger, ma'am. It cannot be instigated by some political party. These are real people who we've been speaking to on the ground.
No. While they were real people, they were instigated, all right. But here I'm saying is, I stand by that they were instigated. I would like to say this, that to say, the minute we got to know that a young girl has been assaulted, the women and child officers accompanied the parents, help them. That should be taken cognizance of. It is not the question of Mamata Banerjee or Bengal. We swung into action. It was only when we got to have the knowledge. The minute we got to know the knowledge, we supported the parents. I don't know what that lady is talking about. So therefore, give credit when it is due. Here we have a very sensitive administration. We are well aware about child rights. And we will ensure, irrespective of what the lady has to say, that justice will be done to the parents and to the child.
Priyanka, final rebuttal on this point, and then if we have time, I'll move to the next point. Yes, Priyanka.
I don't, I just feel all the more saddened when I hear this kind of an argument coming, that they have been very sensitive, and it is people outraging for no reason at all, people coming forward and vandalizing everything. It is a motivated protest, and it just saddens me. because Mumbai is not a city and Maharashtra is not a state which comes out to vandalize. It does not have that history. It is very clearly, and like you said, you've covered several protests, you know what is a genuine protest versus what is none. I have challenged her openly. I've challenged her openly to come out with one statement where she says we have provoked. The second challenge that I have for her is she's saying, oh, Shakti Act, all the Shakti Act, providence that was made has been incorporated in the Achar Sanhita. So then my last question, please. 15, we had promised, the government of Maharashtra had committed that within 15 days investigation would be carried out and within 30 days trial would be done. If she can show me which part of the Achar Sanhita shows this with regards to women and child justice, I'll be happy to correct myself. If she can show me what are the higher penalties that have been introduced and death penalty that has been introduced, separate courts that have been introduced, separate police force that has been introduced, or separate investigation teams that have been introduced in the Achar Sanhita, I'll be happy to correct myself.
Okay.
It is pure lies that are being spoken
I
on
want to-
national
okay,
television
I
to
want to-
defend your own government and to
will send
continue to do injustice to the girls and to the women of the state. So you can continue lying as much as you want. People of the state have understood it, and people of the state are responding to you,
so that our
and
viewers
today is one of them.
Just so that a point has been made, I want a quick response on the Shakti Bill because we haven't had time to give our viewers enough context on the Shakti Bill, so I don't want the debate to get sidetracked on an issue that our viewers are not fully conversant with, and I also want to bring in Nirmal Kaur in. Quickly, Susiben, you can respond to that. 15 seconds on that point.
It is 60 and 90 days. Many fast courts have been introduced. My lady should go through it, read it thoroughly, and she will know so many under so many heinous crimes, death penalty has been introduced.
Okay.
Let's go through it and let's have a separate debate on the issue. Because always remember, our legal system is on reform and rehabilitation, not on retribution. Let us understand that. That is the basic concept of legal jurisprudence, especially when children are involved.
Nirmal,
so anyway, I'll leave it at that.
No, this is something.
I look forward to a separate debate with you on
Okay,
that.
we'll do a separate debate once we've had time to tell our viewers more about the Shakti Bill. But keeping the focus on what's happened in Badlapur, Nirmal Kaur, I'll come back to you. I want all three of your views on this issue. Nirmal Kaur, this is something that has bothered me very much because at the time that these parents were trying to register this complaint about their children having been raped, it was at a time when the national mood, the national sort of consciousness was fixed on a heinous rape and murder that had happened in Kolkata. So there was a general awareness of this crime. The mood of the nation was one of anger and frustration over these crimes continuing. I am just finding it hard to believe that the police, which is supposed to be sensitized towards swift action, quick registration of FIRs at any given time, but especially at a time when all of us are dealing with this terrible national mood, would refuse to do so. How do you explain that, Ms. Kaur?
I mean, it's obvious that the police is almost an accomplice in the crime. They are
Feels like that.
I mean, it's very obvious from whatever facts we have in front of us that the police tried to cover it up. They tried to not register an FIR. And, which is there. I mean, even if I make a false complaint, police has to make an FIR. They can always, they cannot refuse or delay or postpone registering an FIR. They did not register an FIR for so long. And they did not bother to gather the medical legal evidence, getting the children examined in a forensic kind of way. All that shows, that the police was really not bothered about this crime. And even, at a time when the nation's mood is so heightened, as you put it, they are so aware and they are so sensitized about this kind of a thing. And it is happening to 3-year-olds and all. I think it is a sick kind of a scenario, very sick, things in our society.
Is there
a reflection on the perversity in our society?
It is. Susiben Shah, is there an explanation for it? This is not a routine case of, dereliction of duty by the police. There is a context to this kind of dereliction happening at a time like this when there is a national mood. It cannot be ignored. I mean, it makes this dereliction exponentially worse.
Absolutely. It cannot be condoned. I'm equally anguished, as I said. Heads will roll. But the minute we got to know, we have swung into action. My sympathies, greatest sympathies, and an assurance to the children and the parents that yes, there has been a delay. The police administration have failed a young girl in Maharashtra, 2 young girls in Maharashtra, and tomorrow again I'm coming to school with our education minister to talk to the parents. Talk to the parents of the school to satisfy them, so they could come out and speak to us whether there has been any such incidences. The sensitivity starts from the minister and downwards. So again, I am here tomorrow. Let me tell you this, Shiv, no sooner, with a lot of responsibility, no sooner we got to know about the incidents, we swung into action. The minute that the children's parent, the girl's parents went to the police station, we were there by her side.
I wonder,
as a woman in the department, as a chairperson, I say it with a lot of responsibility.
Madam,
so let us not
Madam, I take your point. I take your point, but I honestly wonder if the parents of 2 little children, 3 years and 4 years old, whether their wounds are going to be healed so quickly after an experience of this kind. We're talking about their own children having been raped in a school where they're supposed to be safe. I'm almost out of time. I'll give the last word to Priyanka. Yes, Priyanka, wrap it up.
Shiv, I don't want to go into a one-upmanship here. I'll just leave you with 2 thoughts. The government got into action only when the people came out to outrage. The second thought I want to leave people behind with. 3-year-old, 8-month child, even her intestine has been damaged in this sexual assault. I don't want to get into who's responsible.
No.
I have the medical report again. And if people have come out on the roads to get justice for her, it is extremely unfortunate that today we are arguing on who's responsible, who's most sensitive. Justice should be done.
Justice will be done. We will.
It is a heinous crime, but the intestine has not been broken. Again, wrong statement.
Okay. I am out of time.
Keep quiet, please. Keep quiet, please.
You keep quiet.
Okay.
You all haven't done any medical tests. It's a family which has done the medical test.
Not at all. We have done it. I have the report. Again, a wrong statement. I have a report from the medical.
Thank you so much.
Medical hospital.
Yeah, must have done it today morning. You must have done it today morning. 13th is when this incident took place. 13th is when this incident took place. So please, I would request you to please do not go on.
Okay. I'm out of time.
Okay. Yes, everyone's a rumor monger. Everyone's a vandal. Everyone's a hooligan. Only Mr. Shinde is wrapped in saintlyhood, and that is why we are seeing crimes such as this. Is that what you would want to hear? Is this what you would want to hear? You all are saints. And that is why we are continuing to suffer. That is why people are outraging on the streets. That is why they are hoping for justice to be done. They had to come out on the streets to awaken you all. They had to come on the streets to get your chairperson, this Madam Chairperson, to reach Badlapur. From 13th to 20th, they were waiting. They were waiting for you, madam. They were waiting for you. They were waiting for the education minister. They were waiting for the home minister. They were hoping the chief minister who comes from that area would speak up. So please keep quiet. Please keep quiet.
Before me of a government hospital. It's shocking. It is shocking how rumor mongering is going on. Absolutely shocking and disgusting. Thank you.
Okay, I'm out of time. Priyanka, Susiben, Nirmal Kaur, thank you. India Today's reporters are on the ground. We will follow the facts. We will follow the investigation. We will speak to the parents. We will speak to the citizens of Badlapur, and we'll get you unadulterated facts. Remember, there will be those who say don't politicize the issue. I believe that the politicians cannot be left out of this conversation. They have to be held accountable, and we will do that here on India Today. No matter what the government, no matter what the party, no matter which part of the country it is, we will demand justice, and we will stay on the story until justice is delivered. Thank you to all of our guests for joining us on debate number 1 here on News Track.